churn with old and fractured ways, a tangled net of rules and old delays.
We cast our hopes against a shifting tide, with all our knowledge pushed and set aside.
The tourist dollars, a blurry distant haze,
while our real value is lost in this confusing maze.
Oh, a fisherman's call for a new clear path, for a voice to lead us from this aftermath. Let's build a table wide and strong and true, with a place for fishers to see this journey through.
We need a structure,
a system built to last,
to mend the future
and leave behind the past. The nets of governance are torn and frayed,
conflicting currents where our work is played.
We want a future that we can sustain,
to bring our bounty in the sun and rain.
the food we offer, the jobs we create and save,
are more than just a passing gentle wave.
oh, a fisherman's call for a new clear path, for a voice to lead us from this aftermath. Let's build a table wide and strong and true, with a place for fishers to see this journey through. We need a structure, a system built to last,
To mend the future
and leave behind the past.
come gather round, let's toss out the line. With every hand and we'll make a design. The echoes of the sea, they call us home.
As we weather these storms, we are never alone. We'll show our pride with nets cast wide, in unity we'll stand.
I've watched the sunrise over distant shores, the whispers of the sea opening new doors. In the heart of the struggle, love's fire ignites. Together we'll strengthen these resolute nights.
As the tides keep turning, our spirits remain. We'll weather this storm, break free from the chain. Oh, a fisherman's call for a new clear path, for a voice to lead us from this aftermath. Let's build a table wide and strong and true, with a place for fishers to see this journey through. We need a structure, a system built to last, to mend the future and leave behind the past. So let's raise the sails, let the salty winds blow.
In this open blue, together we'll grow.
For a fisherman's call is where hope begins. With laughter and love, we are destined to win. The waters may churn, but we rise with grace. Together we'll space.
With the heart of a fisherman, we'll forge ahead. In harmony we'll thrive, where our dreams are fed.
Whitepaper 3, Process Improvement Studies for Manitoba's Commercial Fishery. Author, Bill Buckels, Lake Winnipeg Commercial Fisher. Abstract. This white paper addresses the critical need for a cohesive and effective provincial governance framework for all Manitoba fisheries, with a particular emphasis on empowering commercial fishers as the primary leaders. While recreational and indigenous fisheries in Manitoba often operate under their own established governance structures, the commercial sector faces unique challenges arising from divergent and often conflicting interests that undermine its potential for sustainable economic contribution. This paper argues for the establishment of a Manitoba-wide table, MWT, on fisheries governance, where commercial fishers take a leading role in shaping policies that recognize the significant value-added economic contributions of their harvest, providing a vital food source, driving export markets, and facilitating interprovincial trade. Contributions often overshadowed by less direct and broadly attributed tourism dollars. By prioritizing the expertise and economic impact of the commercial fishing industry within a globally informed framework, Manitoba can unlock its full potential for sustainable economic growth and food security. This paper also proposes a framework for process improvement studies within Manitoba's commercial fishery. Drawing upon ISO 9000 principles, it identifies key areas for potential study, emphasizes the critical role of domain experts, particularly commercial fishers, and recommends the establishment of a review board with the authority to enact changes. The focus is on enhancing efficiency, sustainability, and economic viability through optimized processes and governance. Introduction. Manitoba's diverse fisheries landscape encompasses commercial, recreational, and indigenous sectors, each with distinct characteristics and contributions to the province. While governance mechanisms for recreational and indigenous fisheries are often well-defined and established, the commercial fishing sector in Manitoba frequently finds itself navigating a complex web of regulations and competing interests that can hinder its sustainability and economic viability. This paper posits that a more unified and effective provincial governance structure is essential, one that recognizes and empowers commercial fishers as leaders in shaping the future of the industry. We advocate for a Manitoba-wide table, MWT, on fisheries governance where the proven expertise and substantial value-added economic contributions of the commercial catch, in terms of food production, export revenue, and interprovincial trade, are given due prominence, particularly when weighed against the often generalized and less directly attributable economic benefits cited under the umbrella of tourism. This approach will ensure that governance decisions are grounded in the tangible economic realities of the commercial sector and its potential for sustainable growth. Process improvement studies, guided by principles found in standards such as ISO 9000, offer a structured approach to identifying and addressing these challenges. This white paper outlines a strategy for conducting such studies, emphasizing the importance of stakeholder involvement and a governance framework that facilitates timely and effective implementation of improvements. ISO 9000 and process improvement. The ISO 9000 family of standards provides a foundation for quality management systems, QMS, focused on process-oriented thinking. While not specifically designed for fisheries management, the core principles of ISO 9000 can be adapted to this context. Key principles include process approach, viewing activities as interconnected processes; continual improvement, an ongoing effort to enhance performance; evidence-based decision-making, using data and facts to inform decisions; relationship management, recognizing the importance of stakeholder relationships. These principles can guide the design and implementation of process improvement studies in the Manitoba fishery. The distinct governance landscape of Manitoba fisheries and the unique challenges facing the commercial sector. Manitoba's fisheries governance landscape is characterized by varying degrees of established structures across different sectors. Recreational fisheries, often managed through specific regulations, licensing frameworks, and engagement with recreational fishing organizations, providing a degree of self-governance and input. Indigenous fisheries, governed by constitutionally protected Aboriginal and treaty rights, often involving co-management agreements and consultation processes that recognize Indigenous sovereignty and traditional ecological knowledge. Commercial fisheries, while subject to provincial regulations and licensing, the commercial sector frequently experiences governance challenges stemming from a multitude of often conflicting interests. These can include environmental advocacy groups, recreational fishing lobbies, and tourism operators, whose perspectives, while important, may not always align with the sustainable harvesting and economic imperatives of the commercial industry. This constant negotiation and potential for decisions driven by non-commercial priorities can create instability and hinder the sector's ability to maximize its value-added economic contributions. The commercial fishing sector, unlike the others, is uniquely positioned to generate significant value-added economic benefits through direct food production, providing a vital source of protein for local, interprovincial, and international markets; export revenue, contributing significantly to the provincial economy through the sale of high-quality fish products abroad; interprovincial trade, supplying fish to other Canadian provinces, supporting food security and economic linkages; job creation, sustaining livelihoods in fishing communities and related processing industries. These tangible economic contributions, directly linked to the harvest and sale of fish as a food product, stand in contrast to the more indirect and often difficult to quantify economic benefits attributed to tourism. While tourism is undoubtedly important, its connection to fisheries is often a broad generalization, encompassing various activities like angling, wildlife viewing, and general travel, making it a less precise and sometimes overstated justification against a thriving and sustainable commercial fishing industry focused on value-added outcomes. Empowering commercial fisher leadership within a Manitoba-wide table. To address the specific challenges facing the commercial fishing sector and to fully realize its value-added economic potential, a Manitoba-wide table, MWT, on fisheries governance must be established with commercial fishers at the forefront of leadership. This MWT should recognize commercial fisheries as a primary economic driver. The structure and mandate of the MWT should explicitly acknowledge the significant value-added economic contributions of the commercial fishing sector to Manitoba's economy through food production, export, and interprovincial trade. Ensure strong commercial fisher representation and leadership. Commercial fishers, with their deep understanding of the resource, markets, and sustainable harvesting practices, must hold key leadership positions within the MWT, including co-chairing roles and the leadership of relevant working groups. Establish working groups focused on commercial sector priorities. Dedicated working groups should address issues critical to the commercial fishing industry, such as sustainable quota management, market access, value-added processing, and the development of strategies to enhance its economic contributions. Promote evidence-based decision-making based on value-added economics. Governance decisions should be informed by a clear understanding of the economic impact of the commercial catch, emphasizing its direct contributions to food security, export revenue, and job creation, rather than relying on broad generalizations about tourism. Facilitate dialogue and collaboration while prioritizing sustainable commercial harvesting. The MWT should provide a platform for dialogue among all stakeholders, but the primary focus should be on developing policies that support a sustainable and economically viable commercial fishing industry. Advocate for policies that support the value-added chain. The MWT should champion policies that enhance the entire value chain of the commercial fishery, from sustainable harvesting to processing, marketing, and distribution, maximizing economic benefits for the province. Possible areas of study. Based on the principles of ISO 9000 and the specific context of the Manitoba fishery, several areas are ripe for process improvement studies. Quota management and allocation. Process breakdown. Data collection on fish stocks. Stock assessment models and their inputs. Stakeholder consultation processes. Quota allocation methodologies. Monitoring and enforcement of quotas. Deliverables. Documented process flows for each stage. Analysis of data reliability and validity. Evaluation of the effectiveness and fairness of consultation processes. Recommendations for optimizing quota allocation to balance sustainability and economic goals. Improved data management systems. Time sensitivity. Short-term, review of data collection and modeling, 6 to 12 months. Medium-term, evaluation of consultation and allocation, 1 to 2 years. Long-term, implementation of revised systems, 2 to 5 years. Licensing and regulations. Process breakdown. Application processes for commercial fishing licenses. Review and approval processes. Communication of regulatory changes. Enforcement of regulations. Appeals processes. Deliverables. Streamlined application forms and online submission systems. Service level agreements, SLAs, for processing times. Clear and accessible communication channels for regulatory updates. Training programs for enforcement officers and fishers on regulatory compliance. A transparent and efficient appeals mechanism. Time sensitivity. Short-term, review and simplification of application processes, 3 to 6 months. Medium-term, development of improved communication and training, 1 year. Long-term, implementation of a comprehensive regulatory management system, 2 to 3 years. Fisheries monitoring and data collection. Process breakdown. Onboard monitoring programs. Dockside monitoring and catch reporting. Data entry, storage, and retrieval systems. Scientific data collection for stock assessments. Integration of traditional ecological knowledge, TK. Deliverables. Standardized protocols for data collection. Electronic data capture, e.g. tablets, mobile apps, to improve accuracy and efficiency. A centralized database with robust data validation and quality control procedures. Mechanisms for incorporating TK into scientific assessments. Real-time data sharing among fishers, scientists, and managers. Time sensitivity. Short-term, review of existing data collection methods, 6 to 12 months. Medium-term, development and piloting of new technologies, 1 to 2 years. Long-term, full implementation of an integrated data management system, 3 to 5 years. Fish handling and processing. Process breakdown. On-board handling practices, e.g., icing, storage. Dockside handling and unloading. Processing plant operations. Quality control and traceability systems. Waste management and utilization. Deliverables. Best practice guidelines for onboard and dockside handling to maximize fish quality. Process flow diagrams for processing plants, identifying critical control points. Implementation of HACCP, hazard analysis and critical control points, systems. Traceability systems to track fish from harvest to market. Strategies for reducing waste and developing value-added products from byproducts. Time sensitivity. Short-term, development of best practice guidelines, 6 months. Medium-term, implementation of HACCP and traceability systems, 1 to 2 years. Long-term, optimization of processing operations and waste utilization, 2 to 5 years. Market access and development. Process breakdown. Market research and analysis. Development of value-added products. Marketing and promotion of Manitoba fish. Supply chain management. Trade regulations and certifications. Deliverables. Market analysis reports. New product development plans. Marketing strategies. Improved supply chain efficiencies. Plans to obtain necessary certifications. Time sensitivity. Short-term, market research and analysis, 6 to 12 months. Medium-term, product development and marketing, 1 to 3 years. Long-term, supply chain optimization and trade, 2 to 5 years. The role of domain experts. A cornerstone of effective process improvement is the engagement of domain experts. In the context of the Manitoba fishery, commercial fishers themselves are the most crucial experts. Their practical knowledge, experience, and insights are invaluable for identifying inefficiencies and bottlenecks in existing processes, developing realistic and workable solutions, ensuring that proposed changes are aligned with the realities of fishing operations, facilitating the adoption of new practices. Other key domain experts include fisheries scientists and researchers, fisheries managers and regulators, indigenous communities with traditional ecological knowledge, seafood processors and marketers, economists specializing in fisheries. Review board and governance. To ensure that process improvement studies lead to meaningful change, a dedicated review board is essential. It is recommended that this board have the following characteristics. Composition. Balanced representation including 1 government employee or appointee, 1 commercial fisher designate. Authority, the ability to act on recommendations for legislative, regulatory, and administrative changes within a framework of process improvement and governance. This includes the ability to recommend changes to existing legislation and regulations, modify administrative procedures, allocate resources for implementation, oversee monitoring and evaluation of implemented changes. Economic governance, a clear mandate to consider the economic impacts of proposed changes on the commercial fishery, ensuring that sustainability goals are balanced with the livelihoods of fishers and the economic viability of the industry. Separation of tasks and deliverables. The board should operate within a time-sensitive framework with clearly defined tasks, deliverables, and deadlines for each process improvement initiative. This will ensure accountability and progress. Recommendations. To ensure the commercial fishing sector can effectively contribute to Manitoba's economy and food security, we recommend the following. 1. Establish a Manitoba-wide table, MWT, on fisheries governance with commercial fishers in leading roles. The MWT structure must prioritize the active leadership and significant representation of commercial fishers. 2. Develop a clear mandate for the MWT that emphasizes the value-added economic contributions of commercial fisheries. The MWT's objectives should explicitly recognize and promote the direct economic benefits of the commercial catch. 3. Create dedicated working groups within the MWT focused on commercial fishing priorities. These groups should be led by commercial fishers and address key issues facing the sector. 4. Implement decision-making processes that prioritize sustainable commercial harvesting and its economic benefits. Governance decisions should be based on evidence that considers the tangible economic contributions of the commercial fishery. 5. Foster collaboration while maintaining a focus on the unique needs of the commercial sector. The MWT should facilitate dialogue among stakeholders while ensuring that the specific needs and economic potential of the commercial fishing industry are central to policy development. 6. Invest in research and data collection to quantify the value-added economic impacts of commercial fisheries. Comprehensive data on the sector's contributions to food security, export revenue, and job creation is essential for informed decision-making. 7. Establish a review board with balanced representation and the authority to enact changes to legislation, regulations, and administrative procedures. 8. Prioritize process improvement studies in the areas of quota management, licensing, fisheries monitoring, fish handling, and market access. 9. Ensure that commercial fishers are actively involved in all stages of process improvement studies. 10. Adopt a process-oriented approach, using tools and techniques from ISO 9000 to guide the studies. 11. Develop clear metrics and indicators to measure the success of implemented changes. 12. Secure long-term funding for process improvement initiatives and ongoing monitoring. Conclusion. The establishment of a Manitoba-wide table on fisheries governance, with commercial fishers taking a clear leadership role and a strong emphasis on the value-added economic contributions of their harvest, is crucial for the sustainable growth and prosperity of Manitoba's fisheries. By recognizing the distinct governance landscape of different fisheries sectors and addressing the unique challenges faced by the commercial industry, Manitoba can move towards a more effective and economically rational management system. Prioritizing the tangible economic benefits of commercial fishing, providing food, driving exports, and supporting interprovincial trade over less direct and often overstated tourism arguments will ensure that this vital sector can reach its full potential as a key contributor to the provincial economy and food security for all Manitobans. Additionally, by adopting a structured approach to process improvement, guided by ISO 9000 principles and driven by the expertise of stakeholders, Manitoba can enhance the sustainability, efficiency, and economic viability of its commercial fishery. The establishment of a dedicated review board with the authority to implement change is crucial for translating study findings into tangible improvements. This framework will support a thriving fishery that benefits both present and future generations. References: AI Publications, ND. Review on ISO 9000 Series Requirements in Quality Management Systems. Canadian General Standards Board. Year. Program Manual for the Certification of Quality and Environmental Management Systems. Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. ND. Chapter 5, Fish Quality Assurance. Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. ND. 5.2, Application of the ISO 9000 Series and Certification, Assurance of Seafood Quality. ISO. ND. ISO 9000 Family. ResearchGate. ND. Quality Management System Implementation of ISO 9000:2015 on Robusta Coffee Processing in Jemba Regency. ResearchGate. 2019. Quality Improvement of Vaname Shrimp Production Process using ISO 9001:2015. Responsible Seafood Advocate. ND. ISO 22000:2005 Food Safety System Integrates HACCP. Taylor and Francis Online. 2021. Full article, Understanding the Relevance of Quality Management in Agro-Food Product Industry, from Ethical Considerations to Assuring Food Hygiene Quality Safety Standards and its Associated Processes. The Agriculture Institute. ND. Key Requirements of the ISO 9000 Series for Quality Management. United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, Code of Conduct for Responsible Fisheries. Provides a comprehensive set of principles and standards for sustainable fisheries management. FAO Technical Guidelines for Responsible Fisheries. Offer detailed guidance on various aspects of fisheries management, including stakeholder participation and the ecosystem approach. Reports and publications on international best practices in fisheries governance. Explore case studies and analyses of successful fisheries governance models from around the world, emphasizing co-management and fisher involvement. Academic literature on co-management and participatory governance in natural resource management. Provides theoretical frameworks and empirical evidence on the benefits and challenges of involving stakeholders in decision-making. Indigenous fisheries governance frameworks and agreements in Canada and internationally. Examines models for Indigenous participation and leadership in fisheries management, respecting treaty rights and traditional knowledge. Manitoba Fisheries Act and Regulations. The current legal framework for fisheries management in the province. Reports and publications on the economic, social, and cultural significance of Manitoba fisheries. Provides context on the broader importance of the fisheries sector in the province. Research on the impacts of climate change and invasive species on Manitoba's aquatic ecosystems. Highlights the need for coordinated provincial strategies to address these challenges. Documentation and reports from existing fisheries advisory committees and stakeholder groups in Manitoba. Provides insights into current governance structures and opportunities for improvement. Studies on the integration of traditional ecological knowledge, TK, and scientific knowledge in fisheries management. Explores methods for effectively incorporating diverse knowledge systems. Wikipedia. ND. ISO 9000 Family.
We've met the challenge and we've set the stage to turn a new and determined page. A Manitoba white table, a place to stand and lead, planting the roots of a necessary seed. Our hands are ready, our hearts are in the fight, to make our voices and our visions bright. Now at the table, we'll build a better way for every fisher to have their rightful say. We'll follow principles and a plan we'll trace to give our industry its proper place, where there's old principles and experts by our side. We'll craft a system with nothing left to hide. The old mistakes are fading from our side. We're moving forward with a newfound light. Each process studied, each broken part defined, leaving the old ineffective mess behind. With every fisher, a key expert's guiding hand, we'll strengthen the fishery across the land. Let the harmonica play, let it echo the tune, as we gather together under the rising moon. The voices are strong and the spirits are high. Building this table, we'll reach for the sky. vast and profound. From rivers to lakes, in every tide's churn, a legacy growing, there's so much to learn. Respecting the waters, their wisdom so deep. Together at this table, our dreams we will keep. Now at the table, we'll build a better way for every fisher to have their rightful say. We'll follow principles and a plan we'll trace to give our industry its proper place. With ISO principles and experts by our side, we'll craft a system with nothing left to hide. Strengthen our hands. We'll take back the waters, reclaim our lands. Each fisher a partner, each voice in the mix. Unifying our efforts, we're building the fix. Restoring the balance, together we thrive. In the unity of purpose, we'll keep dreams alive. So gather round, folks, it's the table we'll serve. With passion and courage, we'll always preserve the flavor of freedom in every endeavor. At the table we deserve, together forever. Plans are written, the framework is complete. Now it's our time to stand upon our feet.
A new review board, a balanced final say, to clear the path and pave a better way.
We're taking action with purpose and with might,
to make our vision a tangible, clear light.
with every ripple in the water we make a stand. Together we're stronger, united hand in hand.
The voices of the past echo in our hearts. We're guardians of the future, where our journey starts. I'll walk
every catch a fulfilled and hopeful wish. The regulations, they're now a useful guide. We're moving forward with a sense of pride.
From fish in the lake to a plate on the table, a process stable and a future that's enabled.
Our work is valued, our contributions seen.
A thriving fishery, both strong and truly green.
A dive into the waters, our spirits intertwine with every cast and every gentle line. The stories of our elders etched in the sand will carry their wisdom as we take our stand. Our waters, our future, a system now refined with clear decisions and a new way to be kind. A steady current where every part can grow. The seeds of change that we ourselves did sow. Our legacy is built on a better way to fish. With every catch, a fulfilled and hopeful wish.
The sun sets over waters, a vibrant display, a promise of tomorrow in the dawning day.
Let's rally together, protect what we love, for the waters below and the sky